Hey, what's up guys? Phone Genius here, and today we're going to be reviewing the Nokia 6. Let's get into the review. So, the Nokia 6 is actually the first Android smartphone that HMD Global has released with Nokia. As you probably know, this is probably old news, but this phone is currently only $200 on Amazon if you have the Prime exclusive, which now does not come with any ads, because it interfered with the fingerprint sensor. So yeah, let's start off with the screen. The screen's a 5.5-inch 1080p IPS LCD screen with great viewing angles and awesome sharpness and contrast. It's a 406 ppi display, and it looks really nice. Up next is build quality. The build quality on this thing is massively impressive. It feels like an iPhone, except it feels like an iPhone 5 series phone, because it has chamfered edges that wrap all the way around the entire body of the phone. It also has an aluminum back and chamfered edges and a nice clean look. Another good thing is fingerprint sensor. That's a good pro to have a fingerprint sensor on a sub $200 phone. Other nice benefits, the camera. The camera's not that good for video recording, but it is pretty good for pictures. So I could recommend this for picture takers. So on the back we have a 16 megapixel camera with an f2.0 aperture. It is capable of recording 1080p, 30 frames per second, and 16 megapixel photos. Also, we have a dual tone LED flash, a microphone, our Nokia logo, and some FCC information. On the front here, we have an 8 megapixel f2.0 aperture camera that can also record 1080p at 30 frames a second. It has nice tactile buttons and a very quick fingerprint sensor. It has software-enabled keys, so you don't have to fiddle. It actually has hardware keys, so you don't have to fiddle with any laggy, unresponsive software ones. For software, it is stock Android 8.0, and it gets updates straight from Google. So look, as you can see here, it's Android 8.1, and it gets all the latest security updates and all the latest firmware software updates. So, keep a look around. So on the bottom here, we have a micro USB charging port and also our loudspeaker. But another benefit about this phone is it's not just one speaker. It's actually a dual firing speaker. The earpiece is a speaker, and also the bottom firing speaker is also a speaker. So that is a nice benefit. This phone has really good speakers. So let me play a sample. Let me go on YouTube and look up non-copyrighted music. Let's just play like this.
You okay there, Kurt?
We're about to move.
Karate helps release.
Okay, well, that's a copyrighted ad. So yeah, there's definitely ads on YouTube, but I'm not getting any ads because, you know, I'm not monetized. Okay, so let's put that volume all the way up. You can definitely tell it's a stereo pair, as I can see. You can hear from the earpiece. Look, if you block the regular speaker, you can still hear from the earpiece. And if you block the earpiece, you can still hear. So the earpiece does more high-end, high audio, and the bottom firing does more of the lows and the mids, but still, this is a really good pair of speakers. So let me just do some audio sampling for like a minute or so. It's really loud, very clear, even at the highest volume. It's pretty good. Okay, audio sampling done. Let's go on to my personal experience. Oh, look! Google Assistant, of course, has Google Assistant. It is literally a Google phone, basically. It's basically like a $200 Google Pixel. I think it's better than the Xiaomi Mi A1, because I don't really like the Mi A1 that much. But that's just my opinion. So let's talk about, like, actual sort of specs. So, you can get the 64 gig and a 4 gig of RAM version, or you can get like the one I have here. It's a 3 gigabyte of RAM, 32 gigabyte storage. Perfectly enough. 3 gigabytes of RAM is perfectly fine, and also has a micro SD card slot, so you can definitely expand the storage, which is pretty a-okay. The screen, I haven't put the brightness all the way up. That kind of is a goof. It has a Snapdragon 435, which is quite a disappointment. I wish it had the higher end 635, but that's in the new Nokia 6. Another disappointment, micro USB. Why it doesn't have a USB Type-C? I don't know. Nokia was actually one of the first few manufacturers to actually adopt USB Type-C early with their Windows phones and the Nokia N1 tablet. But yeah, spec-wise, it's a 1.5 gigahertz octa-core processor, and it's decent. It's just decent. I have a Moto G5S Plus here, which has the higher-end Snapdragon 625 processor, and it has a similar sort of stock Android experience, but it's not completely stock, and it doesn't get updates straight from Google. It gets updates from Motorola still. So yeah, this has been Phone Genius, and this has been my review of the Nokia 6. Will this be your first phone, or will this just be a nice burner phone? I don't know. It's very cheap, it's very well made, and I really like it. I would definitely give this a recommendation. Phone Genius stamp of approval. Also, if you haven't noticed, I'm actually recording with a brand new camera. You know the Canon one? This baby? Yeah, I broke that. I bought a cheap Walmart tripod, and it broke, and it went lens first into ground. So with that, rest in peace, my Canon, but I'm currently recording on a Nikon, which I think, I don't like the red color. It's a red camera. If I can, like, open the camera app and flip the camera to show you. As you can see, it's a Nikon Coolpix B500, and I really like it. I just don't like the color. I don't like red. Red does not look good with, like, digital cameras. So yeah, this has been Phone Genius Review on the Nokia 6. Good phone, good price. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.